This is my sketchbook. I call it my ugly sketchbook. The first drawing I made was the view from outside my house. These are my neighbors. I also started on Inktober, inspired by the star signs, but I didn't finish it. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my sketchbook, my ugly sketchbook, while I show my drawings. And first of all, I want to address the ugly title. I don't think that the book is ugly per se, or the drawings inside them are all ugly. It's just a title I gave it just to take the pressure off. So as you can see, I do a lot of like very loose sketches, and I don't finish them at all. Some of them I use watercolor in them, some of them I leave as pencil, some of them I really like, and some of them I don't. I even cross over some of them. I also use it sort of like a diary, and I write about my trips and take a lot of notes. And for example, I didn't like the one on the bottom here, so I just didn't finish it. I also use it as a preliminary sketch. The one on the right side is a finished illustration I did, a comic, and this is my first trial. So, you know those sketchbook tours that you can see on YouTube or Instagram or wherever? They're just like really perfect finished pieces. For example, this piece I like. I think it looks pretty finished, and it was a lucky coincidence. But this sketchbook is not like those sketchbook tours that are just like beautiful, and every page you turn it's like a final illustration. My whole intention with this one is that you can just doodle and try pens and try new styles and things you don't usually do in your final illustrations, and have a place to put them. So you can go back and reread all your notes, see all your ideas that sometimes you don't have a lot of time to do a final illustration. So you just do a quick one like this. And then you can go back and see if you really like that idea, you can do it again and perfect it. Or maybe you can go back and see that you don't really like it. Try different styles of lining or different shading styles. So experimenting with client work, or when you have a deadline, or you're stressed about finishing a piece, it's hard to experiment. So for example, these are some of the things I draw in my spare time, what I see on the train, the back of the heads of people when I'm in class or at the movies or something. I also try different style of faces and stuff. And I think having this space without the pressure of everything looking perfect is what gives you, what stretches what you're capable of. And I sometimes use loose paper, but I find that sometimes I get ideas that are good, or I do like this, for example. This is a perfect page. I have just a few color pencils, so they ended up making a very limited palette to experiment with, and I really like the result. And I think if I did it on a loose paper, maybe I would have lost it, and I would not be able to see it again and revisit it and use it elsewhere. Or I try more risky stuff, different types of faces, because I'm not comfortable yet with my style for portraits and people. So this is my space to try it out and write all the notes of the things I don't want to forget, and it's my creative space. I was talking about this with my friends Kate and Sai, who are also illustrators. They're called Loup and Kate Paints. I'm gonna put their links in the description. You should follow them. Their art is great, but their sketchbooks, you should see them. They're perfect. They make me feel so embarrassed to show mine. But at the same time, I think it's something really good, because even though it's not so exciting to show all of the pages, because some of them are just horrible and written over, I get a lot of good ideas out of it. and I'm not afraid to use a new page or to go back and like scribble on my drawings. And this is like where ideas are born. So if you don't have an ugly sketchbook, I suggest you do it. Pencil colors, for example. I'm not really used to using pencil colors at all because, well, I've never used them before, so I would be really scared to try a piece for a client with pencil colors. But here I can try if it works. Here I did lining with a pen. That's not supposed to be for drawing, that's just like a writing pen. And it came out okay. So these are just experiments. That's like the gist of it. But the other thing I would say is I would suggest that you go back and see page by page what you did on your sketchbook a few months after you do it, because you can get a lot of ideas from your own ideas. I used to do this in high school, and I always thought about doing it again. I would feel sketchbooks. This one I started it in October. The sketchbook itself it's not like a magic wonderful paper or anything. It holds watercolor, and most of the pens you can't see through the other side except Copics. So for example here it's a watercolor, because I took this to Japan as well. I used this the first 2 days in Japan, and but you know, it doesn't take like a lot of layers or a lot of water, but that's okay. I just use it for watercolor in a very simple way. It's called the Ami, the brand. It's Artist Materials. It's a German brand, I think. And yeah, I'm gonna try to look for it again because it's really light. Here you can see the Copics. You can see through the other side. So if you use Copics and you don't like that, you should think about it. But the brush pens, you can see here, you cannot see them through the other side. And these are pentel brushes. And here are lyrics for some songs. I used to do this a lot in high school. So I hope this inspired you to maybe try an ugly sketchbook. This one's mine. It's filled with stickers from other illustrators and my own. So yeah, I hope you like this. See you soon.